Thank you for listening to GCN. Be sure to visit GCNlive.com today.
Okay, welcome back to The Bright Side, friends. We're talking fats and fatty hormones and the ketogenic diet and fatty vitamins. All it has to do with skin health. That's how we started off talking about fats. But there's so many reasons why fats are important. Yesterday, the last couple days, we've been talking about bile. Yesterday, we talked about the relationship between good bacteria and bile, probiotics and bile. Bacteria in the gut are so important. Almost every day, we learn more about the health implications for good bacteria or the wrong kinds of bacteria, so-called dysbiosis. Yesterday, we said bacteria in the gut is important for clearing out bile, for processing bile, for cleansing bile, and for turning bile into hormones. Bile gets activated. Bile gets turned on into active chemicals that help support intestinal health and help support the health of the microbiome. So the bacteria activate the bile, and then the bile turn around and make the bacteria healthy. It's a big circle. This is how complicated things can get inside the body, and this is how interactive everything is, and this is why you don't want to be on a prescription drug unless you absolutely have to. The body's biochemistry and all the different components and all the different critters that live in the intestine, everything is interactive. They're all interacting with each other. And when you're on a prescription drug, you throw that whole thing off. That whole system gets thrown off when you take a prescription drug. And that, in a nutshell, is the stupidity of the pharmacomedical model. The interactive nature of all the various components in the body, when you understand how everything is all, even if you don't understand, but when you just see how everything is all linked together, you can see why it's crazy to try to interfere with it pharmacologically, unless you have some kind of acute emergency. Anyway, the bacteria activate the bile turn around and activate the bacteria. The bile that gets activated by the bacteria supports the health of the intestine. I would go so far as to say that along with the liver, there is no aspect of the body that's more important for keeping bile healthy, for helping the bile flow correctly and helping the bile do its business, activate what it's supposed to activate, than the bacteria that live in our intestines, the good bacteria, the probiotics. Yesterday we said the bile does a big circle from the liver to the gallbladder to the intestine. It gets squirted out into the food, and then it travels through the intestine and it gets sucked back up into the liver. But as it's passing through the intestine, it's reacting with all of these bacteria, and they're turning it on. They call it modified bile. So these bacteria modify the bile. And this modified bile protects the intestine from inflammatory bowel diseases, from ulcerative colitis, and even from cancer itself, colon cancer, third leading cause of cancer around the world. Just another reason to make sure you're using your Biolumin Nightly Essence every day. Just another reason to make sure you're using your Ultimate Enzymes. Remember, your Ultimate Enzymes have bile in them. Your Ultimate Enzymes are made with bile salts. They're not just for digesting your food via the digestive enzymes. They also help the digestive system because they contain bile. And you can take extra bile, too, by the way. You can go get bile salt supplements. Bile supplements. There's lots of great bile support strategies if you have intestinal issues. In fact, I would say for everybody, not just if you have intestinal issues, but certainly if you're dealing with ulcerative colitis or irritable bowel syndrome or, God forbid, colon cancer, or if you just don't want to have any of these health issues, get yourself stay on your Ultimate Enzymes, get extra bile salt supplements, use lecithin granules, eat fermented foods, make sure you're taking your Biolumin Nightly Essence and other probiotic supplements. Oh, here's another thing. Bile is made from cholesterol. Yes. That poor demonized molecule, cholesterol, that everybody's all terrified of. Cholesterol. Oh, we got to lower our cholesterol. Your cholesterol's too high. Don't eat foods that have cholesterol. Don't eat your eggs. Well, guess what? Bile is made from cholesterol. So if you are artificially, i.e. pharmacologically, shutting down cholesterol production because you're on a statin drug, because your brilliant cardiologist told you got to take a statin drug to lower your cholesterol, well, you're not going to be making bile either, at least not as much, or at least not as effectively. Why do you think the most common, or among the most common side effects of the statin drugs are digestive issues? Yes, nausea, diarrhea, constipation, loose stools, These are among the most common side effects from statin drugs. And so doctors, in their brilliant wisdom, will tell you, oh, well, take your statin drug with a meal, and that will help. Well, why do you think that helps? Because it stimulates bile production. But just don't take the statin drug in the first place and figure out other ways to lower your cholesterol. The number one reason why cholesterol levels go up, if you're on a statin drug, listen up. Or if you know somebody who's on a statin drug, listen up. The main reason why cholesterol levels go up is because of sugar and insulin. The second point on the triangle of disease. Drop your sugar, lower your insulin, make your insulin more sensitive with all the strategies we talk about on this program for stabilizing blood sugar, and your cholesterol will drop like a stone. No cardiologist necessary, no pharmacist necessary, and no poison statin drugs necessary. If you artificially suppress your cholesterol, you're going to be shutting down or slowing down or impairing the production of bile. Now, if you've been listening to this program for the last day and a half, you know that's not a good idea. Oh, here's another thing. One of the ways that the body naturally removes cholesterol is through bile. Yes, cholesterol gets dumped out into the bile, and then the bile gets excreted, and the body naturally lowers its cholesterol. We don't need help, folks. We just need common sense, common biochemical sense. We don't need pharmacological help. This is a scam of epic proportions. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You are listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back right after this.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Dr. Joel Wallach here. If you're a baby boomer and you're worried about the big epidemics coming, and I'm not talking about the bird flu or the swine flu, I'm talking about epidemics of Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, obesity, diabetes, arthritis, cancer. That's because the 80 million baby boomers followed all the advice of doctors, and Houston, we have a problem.
See Dr. Wallach live in Farmington, New Mexico, Thursday, May 12th at 7 p.m. Go to www.cdocinfarmington.com. That's www.cdocinfarmington.com.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
CardioFX from Youngevity is designed specifically to promote optimal heart health. That's why Ben Fuchs recommends it.
You might want to think about using the Ultimate Cardio-FX, which is a source of taurine. Each capsule in the Cardio-FX has got a good dose of the B vitamins. It's got 4 major B vitamins in there: vitamin B12, niacin, vitamin B6, and folic acid. Numerous research studies have shown that the B vitamins and homocysteine, that toxic chemical that builds up in the body under B vitamin deficiency states, numerous studies have talked about lowering homocysteine as being far more relevant for protecting the heart than cholesterol numbers. If I was dealing with heart disease, I would be making sure I was getting enough B vitamins, I was getting enough vitamin C before I even thought about dealing with cholesterol or LDL or HDL.
If you're concerned about the health of your heart, order CardioFX from Youngevity by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com.
Don't know what's in your drinking water? Better get a Pro Pure. With the Pro 1G 2.0 all-in-one filter, remove over 200 contaminants, including fluoride and lead. Taste water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of Pro Pure water filtration products. There's a Pro Pure system for you. Visit your authorized Pro Pure dealer for details on our current free shipping special or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com.
Okay, we're talking bile and cholesterol. How ironic is it that when you take a statin drug, you suppress the body's mechanism for naturally eliminating cholesterol? It's not ironic, actually. It's just evil, really. Because now you got to take a statin drug to do the same thing that your body would do naturally. Bile is so important. It's made from cholesterol, so if you're taking a statin drug, you're going to have a problem with your bile, which is why you end up with digestive symptomology. It's just anti-human being, folks. And what really gets me is when people are supposed to be taking care of us, people are supposed to understand how our bodies work, i.e. physicians, fall for this stupidity. Bile is a natural mechanism for helping the body lower cholesterol. You take a statin drug, you suppress bile, you suppress your body's natural way of lowering cholesterol, and now you got to deal with the statin drug toxicity. Oh, even worse. What part of the body, what system of the body do you think it is that helps eliminate this poison statin drug? The bile! This is craziness. Oh my goodness. All right, there's a relationship between bile and gut bacteria that's also mega important. This is why, by the way, or at least perhaps why, I don't know if it's definitive, but it makes sense, why there'd be a relationship between dysbiosis, that's messed up gut bacteria, DYS, dysfunctional, DYS always means messed up, dysbiosis, messed up gut bacteria, and colon cancer. If you're on the fence about getting on your Biolumin Nightly Essence, folks, and if you're on the fence about supporting bile health with your ultimate enzymes, you should get off that darn fence and use your ultimate enzymes multiple times daily if you can, with all meals, in addition to using lecithin and fermented foods. Anything that supports the bile system. If you're supporting your bile system, not only are you going to be supporting the digestive system, not only are you going to be supporting cholesterol elimination, but you're also going to be supporting the detoxification of drugs. If you're on prescription drugs, one, or if you're, God forbid, on polypharmacy, multiple prescription drugs. By the way, for you guys who know about TED, those TED videos, there's a really cool TED video that you can look up on the dangers of polypharmacy. Polypharmacy is when you take multiple prescription drugs. Now, if you've been listening to this program, you know we talk about it. Multiple prescription drugs are not the same as just one, in the sense that when side effects are tested, they're not tested, they're only tested for that drug. They're not tested for multiple prescription drugs. So if they tell you that a prescription drug is safe because they did all the testing on it, they don't know about multiple prescription drugs. You know who the test is? You know how they test multiple prescription drugs? The side effects and the toxicity associated with multiple prescription drugs. This is how they test them. On us. On our grandparents and on our parents and on our kids and on anybody who's on polypharmacy, multiple prescription drugs. If you are on multiple prescription drugs, or even just one, just another reason to support the bile system. Anything you could do to support the bile system. And that's where fiber comes in too. There's also a very important relationship between fiber and bile, because fiber helps sweep out excess bile, or old bile, or dirty bile. Remember, bile is clearing out the drugs, and it's clearing out the old hormones. It's clearing out cholesterol. It's clearing out lots of stuff. And the more fiber you're taking, the more efficient this clearing out process is going to be. So fiber, in addition to being a detoxification element on its own, is also detoxifying because it supports the elimination of bile. It has a way of magnetically attracting itself to bile. It sticks to bile. And as the fiber is leaving the body, it's pulling the bile out along with it. So you got a double effect of fiber. Fiber is amazing stuff too for the detoxification system. Remember, all disease is dirty blood, and bile is cleaning out the blood. Bile problems are going to lead to issues with the skin, milia, acne, oily skin. Bile problems are going to lead to autoimmune diseases. Bile problems are going to lead to issues absorbing your fatty vitamins and essential fatty acids. So all of this is linked together. Fiber, dysbiosis, messed up gut bacteria, Digestive problems, cholesterol lowering, it's all linked together with the bile system and the digestive system. And it's also important if you're dealing with excess estrogen. Remember, we talked a couple days ago about how women are more susceptible to autoimmune diseases than men. That's because of the problems they have with estrogen. And it's not so much estrogen, it's broken down estrogen, metabolites of estrogen. Guess what it is? Guess what part of the body is responsible for dealing with estrogen? The intestine, bile, and probiotics. Good bacteria. If you're on the birth control pill, if God forbid you're on hormone replacement therapy, estrogen. And by the way, there's no such thing as bioidentical. That's a silly marketing term. There's no bioidentical hormone therapy. If you're on HRT, hormone replacement therapy, you're on a prescription drug protocol. It's not bioidentical, even if a naturopath is prescribing it for you. That's right. Even if a naturopath is prescribing HRT and they're calling it bioidentical, I'm sorry to my friends who are naturopaths, it's not bioidentical. You cannot be bioidentical with your hormones. And your body has to deal with them like it's dealing with a poison. And it's dealing with your bioidentical, quote, hormone replacement therapy via bile, the intestine, and good bacteria. If you're on these kinds of medications, make sure you're supporting bile. Make sure you're eating fiber, lots of fiber, vegetable fiber, veggie juices. If you're on estrogen replacement therapy, it becomes extremely important to pay attention to your intestinal health and to make sure you're using fiber and bile support. Estrogen buildup, excess estrogen, problems breaking down estrogen is associated with cancer, malignancies, and this is one of the reasons why veggie fiber is one of the best anti-cancer strategies you can use, especially for older women who are more prone to bile issues. And that's also where the ketogenic diet is important. The ketogenic diet, veggie fiber can help you if you're on the ketogenic diet because veggie fiber supports the production of new, clean bile. And that means better absorption of your fats now that you're on the ketogenic diet. If you're on the ketogenic diet, you got to be really careful with your bile because you got more fat now. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll continue when we come back from our break. Okay, so got so much to talk about with bile. If you're taking a calcium supplement, bile is absolutely vital for helping the body absorb calcium. You know, every once in a while, every year, a couple of years, you'll read about how calcium supplements are a problem and people are calcification of tissue is associated with calcium supplements, and doctors will tell you not to take calcium supplements if you have stones, etc. Well, it turns out that one of the problems with calcium supplements is people's digestive system isn't strong enough, isn't vital enough to absorb them. That's why the liquid calcium supplements are so advantageous. But if you're taking a calcium supplement, you better make sure that you're making bile, that your digestive system is strong and vital enough to absorb those calcium supplements. And that's where bile comes in. Bile salts are important for a couple of reasons when it comes to calcium absorption. For one thing, bile directly helps the absorption of minerals, not just calcium, but also zinc, strontium, magnesium. But also bile is important for the absorption of that all-important vitamin D. And vitamin D is a key player when it comes to the absorption of calcium. If you guys are getting the idea that this bile stuff is important, you better believe it is. Tomorrow we'll talk about how what you can do if you're on the ketogenic diet, how you can use fiber and how you can use other supplements to help support fat absorption. And it's probably a good idea if now you're into ketogenesis and now you know how important the ketogenic diet is for losing weight or for Alzheimer's disease or heart health issues or just for being healthy. There's lots of nutritional strategies that you're going to want to use to help support the ketogenic diet. We'll talk about that here in the next few days. I don't know if you saw this one, proton pump inhibitors. That's Nexium and Prilosec. These drugs that you can get over the counter for antacid, for acid reflux. Apparently now they're suspecting that there's an overuse problem. Well, I'm not surprised there. In fact, this overuse problem is showing up in hospitals. This is from U.S. Pharmacist. Overuse of proton pump inhibitors in hospitalized patients. Oh, by the way, proton pump inhibitors make your bile more toxic. Another reason to stay off of non-prescription drugs as well as prescription drugs, including proton pump inhibitors. If you're dealing with GERD, heartburn issues, it's a food issue. Wrong food issue. Make sure you're doing a food diary and eliminating problem foods, linking your heartburn issues to specific foods and then eliminating them. Also, using more stomach acid, like apple cider vinegar, or the stomach acid replacements that's in the Ultimate Enzymes, betaine HCl. That can help you with GERD. Even an apple can help you with heartburn. I know a lot of people, including my brother, who gets heartburn. He says he uses an apple. A couple of bites of an apple. He tells me it's like a cure. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. We do have lines open for you. Let's go to Virginia in Ohio. Welcome to the bright side, Virginia. What's going on?
Well, first of all, I don't have a gallbladder.
Okay.
That's one of my problems. I'm hypothyroid, so I'm on levothyroxine.
Okay.
I have a bulging disc in my neck.
Oh my goodness. When did they take the gallbladder out?
1995.
Okay, so 20 years ago. So how old are you about, Virginia?
I'm 60.
Okay, so you've been living the last 20 years of your life without the gallbladder, and your health dramatically improved when they took the gallbladder out, because that's what doctors do. They improve your health, right?
Oh, sure, right.
you got all well again.
I have a sciatica problem, and I was going to ask you, I'm on gabapentin. I'm just taking it till after I get past the MRI.
And they're really cooking you good, aren't they?
Yeah.
You're on gabapentin and levothyroxine. What else are you on?
That's it.
Okay, well,
I
good
only
for you.
take some like herbals, like from Alex Jones, his like the fluoride and the iodine, those tinctures they come up with, natural stuff, B12, vitamin D.
So they're not herbals. You're taking nutritional supplements, in other words.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Okay. Guess how many gallbladders are removed out of people's bodies every year?
Oh, probably way too many. Yeah.
500,000 every year.
Oh my gosh.
500,000. Can you imagine this? Did you have gallstones?
Yeah, they said, well, the lie the Air Force doctor told me was that if I didn't get it out, I would get cancer. And I was young, and I just fell
Were you in
for it.
Were you in the service? Your husband was in the service?
My husband. Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. What are we going to do? Well, here's first and foremost, you better get on the Ultimate Enzymes. That's like a gallbladder in a bottle. A gallbladder in a bottle. That's what Dr. Wallach calls it. You need more than that, but definitely the Ultimate Enzymes after meals and bile salts. Have you been listening to us talk about bile and the importance of bile over the last couple of days?
I've only hit and miss because I've had some other things to do. Yeah.
Okay, start listening to the archives because there's so much to talk about. I can't tell you everything in a phone call, but we spent about 2 days, and we're going to continue spending some more time on the importance of bile. If they want to put you on hormone replacement therapy, did they talk about that?
No, and I wouldn't even go there, and he kind of knows certain things I won't do.
A couple things you're going.
I got lectured about my gallbladder, my thyroid, because the other day I wanted to go on something natural, and boy, did I get a lecture on that.
But you're on the you said levothyroid? What was it? The drug? Levothyroxine. Okay. Well, first of all, that's the wrong kind of thyroid hormone. You might want to tell your doctor. That's the inactive form. Your body has to activate it, and it activates it from the gut. We got a lot of work to do here, my dear. So here's first and foremost. Get yourself, you want to start to eliminate foods that are causing digestive distress. You got to have foods that are causing problems without a gallbladder. You want to start to isolate those foods and then eliminate them. That's the first step.
Okay.
That's always the first step, but especially for you, given that you don't have a gallbladder. The next thing you're going to want to do is you want to start to pay very close attention to fatty foods and fatty vitamins, because you're going to be seriously fat deficient. If you're fat deficient, that's going to impact your thyroid, especially with the fatty vitamins and essential fatty acids. So you're going to want to get on an EFA supplement and get on the Ultimate EFAs. Start taking 3 a day, and then work yourself up to 6 a day, and then if you can get up to 9 a day, that would be great. But take them with your Ultimate Enzymes. Your Ultimate Enzymes are going to help you absorb all the nutrients I'm going to tell you about, because I'm going to tell you about a bunch of nutrients that you need, including minerals and your fatty vitamins and EFAs. But without a gallbladder, especially 20 years without a gallbladder, you're not going to be able to absorb them very well. So you want to make absolutely sure you're doing things to help your body absorb these nutrients. So get on the Ultimate Enzymes with all your meals. With your meals, take the Ultimate Essential Fatty Acids, starting with 3 a day, working up to 6 a day, and then getting yourself up to 9 a day. Liquid minerals are going to be your best friend because they're going to help you absorb those minerals. The liquid is going to help you absorb those minerals, but you still want to take them with food. Okay? You're still getting some bile in your intestine. It's a little squirt that's coming in from your liver. So if you take your nutrients with foods, that's going to help your body absorb those nutrients, because you still get a little bit of bile even though you don't have your gallbladder. Hang on, I'll finish up when we come back from our break. Don't go away. Virginia, so you get a pen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to focus on fats. That's the first thing. All your meals, you're going to take the Ultimate Enzymes. And with your meals, you want to take your Ultimate EFAs, starting off with 3 a day and building yourself up to 9 a day. Make sure you're getting some vitamin A. Extremely important for the thyroid. Important for everything, really, but especially for the thyroid. You're probably vitamin A deficient. You'll have to go to the health food store and get some extra vitamin A. You'll get some in the Healthy Start Pack, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But it's a good idea to take some extra vitamin A, 10,000 to 20,000 international units a day. You probably want about 400 IU a day of vitamin E. There are various forms of vitamin E, but for now, you probably just, without complicating things, just get the basic form, the alpha tocopherol form of vitamin E a day. I would also be taking 5,000 micrograms, mcg, a day of vitamin K2. And then you want to start taking some, you want to make sure that you're getting some sunshine to get your vitamin D, but you'll also get your vitamin D in the Ultimate Essential Fatty Acids. Minerals are extremely important. Use your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, sipping on it all day long. Make sure you sip on it slowly to start, because without a gallbladder, you're at risk for some loose stools or diarrhea if you take too much all at once. And this is part of what we call the Healthy Start Pack. The Ultimate EFAs are going to be in the Healthy Start Pack, and then you're also your OsteoFX is in there, and that's going to get you your magnesium and some calcium, but make sure you're taking that one with meals as well. Probably a good idea to get on some selenium. I'd be doing maybe 200 to 400 mcg of selenium, micrograms of selenium. Again, this is all with food. Remember, you got to make sure you're doing this with food to improve the absorption. And then get on the BioLumin Nightly Essence. That's our probiotic supplement. And probably want to do maybe 4 capsules, 2 capsules twice a day, maybe 4 a day. But if you can get up to 6 a day, that would be great. Make sure you're eating fatty food, especially coconut oil and fish and avocado. Need your fats. I'm sure your skin has got to be whacked out, and the fact that your discs are starting to fall apart and you got the sciatica, that's telling me that you're not rebuilding as you should, and that could easily have to do with fat absorption or poor fat intake. So make sure you're using coconut oil and avocado and fatty foods, fish. If you're a meat eater, you can do organ meats as well. Again, all of this is going to be with your Ultimate Enzymes. There's tons more stuff that you should do. I'm just going to tell you a couple more things. If you can get yourself a Vitamix, you want to do veggie juices with the fiber. Fiber is extremely important for your intestine. Remember, you don't have a gallbladder now, so that's going to compromise intestinal health. Make sure you're drinking lots of veggie juice with the fiber, and it wouldn't hurt you to get a coffee grinder and grind up flax seeds. We'll talk about this tomorrow, the importance of flaxseed fiber and all fiber for intestinal health. We touched on it a little bit today. Start off slowly with the fiber, though, because without a gallbladder, again, you might run into some problems with gas or bloating or discomfort. So maybe start off with a teaspoonful or half a teaspoonful of flaxseed fiber in a coffee grinder, and then gradually build it up to maybe 2 or 3, if you can, 2 or 3 tablespoonfuls of it a day. Ground up, and I like to put mine in unsweetened almond milk and water and kind of stir it up and make a pudding. But you could do it however you want. You could even do it, well, you should probably do it with some water. And that'll also fill you up and also help you lose weight, and it will also help you reduce your risk of estrogenic diseases, estrogen-based cancers, which you're at higher risk for further on down the road. So I hope that helps you, Virginia. God bless you. Good luck with everything. Any other questions you got? Got some couple minutes here.
Gabapentin, would it be better not to be taking that after everything?
For the pain, is that why you're taking it?
Numbness, tingling pain when I sit down, not when I stand up or not when I lay. It's when
is it helping you? Is it helping you?
No, not really.
Well, you're going to have to make your own decision on that. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your doctor. Here's the thing about it. When you're dealing with a doctor and doctor puts you on a prescription, I can't tell you, as a guy on the radio who's giving you nutritional advice, I can't tell you to stop taking your drugs. You have like a de facto contract with your doctor, not a real contract, but in essence, it's an agreement with your doctor that he's going to help you, and it's not fair for me to say stop taking your medication. I will tell you that it's probably not in your interest, and if it's not helping you, now you're just putting more work for giving your body more work to do, and I it doesn't make sense to me. But I'm not going to tell you to stop taking your drug, especially if it's not helping you. It doesn't make sense to me. But that's a decision you have to make.
Okay, one more question. I should be taking an active form of the thyroid med.
Yes, you want to add. There's different forms of. There's 2 forms of thyroid. There's thyroid hormone. There's T3 and there's T4. T4 is the stuff you're taking, and that's the inactive form, and gut bacteria, among other systems, basically it's gut bacteria, have to activate that. But you got a problem with your gut bacteria, so you may not be activating your thyroid hormone. So tell your doctor about activation of thyroid hormone. Is your thyroid hormone, how's your energy levels?
Horrible.
Okay, so it's not even helping you. It's not even helping you.
My THS is normal, and
doesn't matter. Those are just numbers, sweetheart.
I'm probably having apnea, and he wants to do a sleep test and all that.
Here's the thing: you have sleep apnea too.
I don't. No,
okay.
But he thinks I do.
Well, here's the thing: it's not your sleep apnea. Here's the thing: if they're basing the success of your medication, of your drug treatment, on numbers, on your TSH scores, those numbers are meaningless. They're set by the insurance companies, and they're based on statistics and actuarial algorithms and all kinds of weird formulations that whatever they do at the insurance companies. And then they stick you in the computer and they see how you fit in compared to everybody else. But you're not normal. There's no normal people. You're an individual. So you can't go by standard reference ranges to determine whether a medication's working. You're tired, you got other symptoms, your body's falling apart. The chances are really good that your thyroid hormone isn't working. You're just taking a useless drug. So you're going to get, if you do everything I told you, you're going to find a heck of a lot more relief from your symptoms than you would from any prescription drug. And stay in touch with us and let us know how you're doing. Okay?
I will do.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
God bless you. Good luck, Virginia. All right. Okay, so got a bunch of letters that I've been meaning to get to, and now's a golden opportunity to do that. Got a note here from from Kim. She says she's almost 40. She has 2 daughters, 20 and 14. We all have acne issues. What can you recommend with this? Well, here's the deal. Acne is so tragically unnecessary. And by the way, I did a video on acne at criticalhealthnews.com if anybody's interested in checking it out. Acne is a biochemical issue that involves food and nutrition and hormones. Period. If you are dealing with acne, first of all, you should understand that there's different types of acne, but for the most part, if you are dealing with acne, the first thing that you want to do is you want to get yourself on a good nutritional supplement program that features 50 milligrams a day of zinc. A must-have for everybody, but especially if you have acne. And I like zinc picolinate, Picolinate. Also vitamin A. That's the go-to vitamin. Zinc is your go-to mineral for acne. Vitamin A is your go-to vitamin for acne. And vitamin A deficiency is extremely common, particularly if you're having digestive health issues, particularly if you have something called fructose malabsorption syndrome, which 1 out of 3 of us do. And we're all eating fructose, high fructose corn syrup, and we're eating all kinds of fruits, and there's fructose in processed foods. So if you're dealing with acne, get yourself on zinc and vitamin A, and especially if you have problems with gas and bloating after you eat processed food and after you ingest fruits or lots of fructose. Vitamin A deficiency is extremely common with fructose malabsorption syndrome. If you have oily skin acne, make sure you're doing vitamin B5, maybe a gram or 2 of vitamin B5 every day. Please, please, please do not underestimate the importance of food diary and eliminating problem foods if you're dealing with any skin issues, including acne. The way you can tell your acne protocol is working, by the way, is if your acne improves. It should always improve, and it shouldn't take that long. So food diary, vitamin A, zinc, vitamin B5. Selenium can also be very helpful. Selenium is wonderfully anti-infective. It helps the body's immune system, particularly something called glutathione. It's like a little battery that runs glutathione, and selenium deficiency is going to be common for most of us, especially if we're dealing with a digestive problem, because selenium requires a healthy gallbladder and healthy bile. So making sure that you're using 400 to 600 micrograms of the ultimate selenium. And then, of course, please, please, please use your probiotics, your Biolumin Nightly Essence, which is the best probiotic supplement that I know of. And then caloric restriction is also important. Acne used to be called skin diabetes. Some people still call it skin diabetes. And in fact, back when I was in pharmacy school, they were still using diabetes medicine to treat acne, and successfully, because there's a relationship between excess insulin is an insulin resistant. It shows up in insulin resistance syndrome and the growth or the rapid division of cells inside a follicle. So do all of your anti-sugaring and pro-insulin or insulin-sensitizing nutrients, chromium, vanadium, sulfur, as well as the B complex. And of course, the bottom line, the basics, is going to be your Healthy Start Pack, your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, your Ultimate Essential Fatty Acids, and your OsteoFX, which you can get off of my website, criticalhealthnews.com, pharmacistben.com, or brightsideben.com, also benfuchsarchives.com. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for listening to The Bright Side, friends. Tomorrow we'll continue talking about the relationship of fiber and bile. I'll tell you some interesting facts about something called phytic acid that I'll bet you didn't know. We'll do that tomorrow on The Bright Side. Have yourselves an awesome, beautiful, spectacular day. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Bye.
My name is Don Wiskin, and at 42 years old, I suffered a massive heart attack and was told I'd be on disability for the rest of my life. What did I do? I created Extendivite, a garlic and cayenne mix of 7 herbs which rebuilt my heart and gave me back my life. For over 17 years now, I have made this formula available to you so you don't have to suffer the same thing I did. Clean your blocked arteries and strengthen your heart and boost your natural immune system. I'm 60 years old now, and I still work every day. To get your Extendivite, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit heartdrop.com. Extendivite is only $69.95 for a 2-month supply of either capsules or liquid.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
It's no secret that pathogens such as bacteria, viruses, molds, and fungus can inflict severe damage in the human body. Fortunately, a new and vastly improved silver solution has been developed. Supernatural Silver is a revolutionary broad-spectrum antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal solution that can be used inside the body as well as on the skin. Supernatural Silver is unique and superior to colloidal and ionic silvers, using a patented technology that is highly effective against colds, flus, infections, food poisoning, and yeast, in addition to many other pathogens. Supernatural Silver is scientifically supported, extremely safe, and is the #1 choice of thousands of people for immune system support. Find out how Supernatural Silver could change your life. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code HEALTHY for 20% off. That's supernaturalsilver.com. And like us on Facebook.
Before using Heart and Body Extract, my energy level was very, very low. I could only walk a few feet and then would have to sit down. I was tired and lethargic. But after taking Heart and Body Extract, my energy level has improved greatly, and I can now walk longer distances without getting tired so fast. Thank you, Heart and Body Extract.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
Hey guys, Pat Matthews here to tell you about the newest and best way to sell products online. It's buysellmakeoffer.com, an enormously revolutionary way to sell your stuff online. It's time to clean out the garage, your old golf clubs, sports equipment, tools, and yes, even your car. Forget about the way the other guys have taken more than their share from you when the sales were finalized. Look, it's happened to me over and over and over. Then I found buysellmakeoffer.com. They will never charge you item fees. Just go there right now to sign up and load all your stuff to our server to sell. This is not an auction site. Sell your car, sell your home. Realtor, sign up now. Just use our resources along with Skype and videos, then add your creativity to sell your items quickly and with no fees. Go right now to buysellmakeoffer.com and sign up. The excitement is building. I've signed up to sell my stuff with buysellmakeoffer.com. You should too. buysellmakeoffer.com.
Cancer categorizes over 100 diseases. Though we do not diagnose, treat, or cure cancer, GCN team is offering the Clemson University study where there was up to a 95% reduction in cancerous cells when exposed to a plant-derived mineral supplement. If you or a loved one are searching for answers to this horrifying disease, come to GCNteam.com or call 877-878-4203. We'll email you a copy for free. That's 877-878-4203.
Destroy harmful bacteria, allergens, bedbugs, dust mites, fleas in your home with the Ladybug Steam Vapor System. The Ladybug dives deep on surfaces without any toxic residue. Traditional control agents contain toxic chemicals which do more harm than good. Sanitize and disinfect using just water. Quick, fast, and surprisingly easy.
Find out more now by calling 800-997-6584. Ask for Randy. That's 800-997-6584. Or go to advap.com/GCN. That's advap.com/GCN.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
Don't know what's in your drinking water? Better get a Pro Pure. With the Pro 1G 2.0 all-in-one filter, remove over 200 contaminants, including fluoride and lead. Taste water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of Pro Pure water filtration products. There's a Pro Pure system for you. Visit your authorized Pro Pure dealer for details on our current free shipping special or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pileski of the Pileski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937. Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and negative articles can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? ReputationDefender.com can help protect your good name. Get a free consultation now. Call 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from ReputationDefender.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com today.
Bad news, Americans. You're probably stockpiling for a disaster all wrong. When the big one comes, you'll need more than that poisonous, oversalted survival food you now see everywhere. There are 3 vital things that your survival food is missing, and it's the first thing to disappear from grocery stores. Go to superfoodradio.com now to see my story of how I nearly died when I was forced to live on a popular survival food. That's superfoodradio.com, and I'll show you how everything you've been told about survival food is dead wrong. Go to superfoodradio.com now.
Heart disease kills over 600,000 Americans every year. For heart health, Ben Fuchs recommends CardioFX.
CardioFX is a source of the B complex vitamins. There's 120 milligrams of vitamin C per dose. So you're going to get your vitamin C, you're going to get your B complex in the CardioFX. The CardioFX is also a source of sulfur in the form of N-acetylcysteine. Sulfur deficiency can lead to elevated homocysteine, and it is thought to be one of the major reasons why vegetarians are at higher risk in some countries and based on some studies for heart disease than folks who eat animal protein. It has something to do with the lower sulfur content of vegetarian diets, and you will get sulfur in the form of N-acetylcysteine in the CardioFX product. N-acetylcysteine can be converted into taurine. So all in all, it's a pretty well-rounded cardiovascular nutritional supplement.
Concerned about heart health? Order CardioFX by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Or on the web at brightsideben.com.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Hi there. Are you an unhappy timeshare owner? Have you ever asked yourself, how can I get rid of my timeshare? Does your story go something like Stacy's story goes? Here's Stacy now.
My husband and I went and visited a resort, and they kind of attacked us, and they kept sending more and more people until we finally said yes, and we bought this timeshare, and then we were stuck in this timeshare that we couldn't get rid of, and we tried all different ways. They made it seem like it was this really great deal, and when we said no originally, then they brought the price down, and then when we still said no, they brought in the manager, and they brought the price down even lower, and they started breaking it in different ways to make it look like it was this really awesome deal. The reality was it wasn't an awesome deal at all.
To cancel your timeshare contract, call ACC today. It's an attorney-based program with a free consultation. The first 20 callers get a 20% discount. Call now, 800-587-EXIT. That's 800-587-3948. Call today, 800-587-EXIT. That's 800-587-3948.